Hi, welcome to another episode of Cemeteries Down Under. We're at the old cemetery of Pitt Town, another town in the Hawkesbury area, and we're going to show you some graves of some of the early settlers here and tell you about their stories. But before we start, I'd like to say a special thank you to some of our subscribers, and that's Jim. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to my channel, and also Cryptor. He has a channel himself. Please follow it, it's got great content. Faces of the Forgotten's another one. Serenity Sue, Cemetery Man, Grave Time. They're all great channels, so if you love cemeteries as much as I do, check them all out if you're not already subscribed. Also, Awesome Aussie Flyovers. Now, they're the ones that did the footage for the Rookwood Part 1. He's got great talent, and he also has a channel himself, so please check it out, and a special thank you to you all.
Talk soon, guys.
Here lies Thomas Stubbs. He died of heart problems, and he died in 1901. Now, he was one of the more respected families in the area. In the records, it said that quite a few people from the town showed up to his funeral, and he died rather suddenly, but he was known to have heart problems. And all these other graves next to him are his family and descendants, and Stubbs is also a name throughout the cemetery as some of the families that are here. So here's the grave of William and Mary Gaia and their 5 children. Now, 4 of these children died as infants, from only a few days old to several months. Now, William was a resident of Pitt Town, and his burial register, he was a shoemaker, a local shoemaker in town. And their son Joseph is also buried next to them, and he died in 1876, and he was 44, and he was a labourer and lived near the Blacktown area. Okay, so here lies Robert Hobbs and his wife Bridget. Now, they both came across to Australia as convicts from the 3rd Fleet. You'll see on the grave that Robert arrived on the Active and Bridget came across on the Sugarcane. And Hobbs is also one of the earlier names for all the settlers in the areas. So here lies John Paul, and he has a very interesting tombstone, and you know, he left behind a wife and 9 children when he died at only 45. Now, the Paul family originally were assisted immigrants that came across to Australia through the St Vincent's program. But if you have a look at his tombstone, it says, "Consider, reader, as you look, how suddenly this soul was took. I pray take warning at its fall, and be ready at Christ's call." Which kind of makes you stop and think, doesn't it? You just never know when Jesus upstairs wants to take you. So I thought it was interesting, and I thought I'd tell you about this tombstone. Okay, so here lies a freed convict, Daniel Buckridge. Now, he was originally convicted of violent theft and highway robbery at the Old Bailey in London on the 12th of January 1791, and he was sentenced to death. Now, he was only 16, and this was commuted to transportation for life on the 13th of April 1791. So he received His Majesty's pardon on condition of their being transported for the term of their natural lives. So he came aboard the ship William Pitt in 1792, and he was granted a conditional pardon on the 31st of March 1812, where he lived in this town at Pitt Town, and he lies here with some of his family in tombstones next to him. So here lies Eva Alice Greenfield with her family, and she was nicknamed Granny. Now, she was the local midwife in the early 1900s that delivered most of the babies that were born in Pitt Town area back then, and she died in 1941. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the little video of Pitt Town Cemetery. I forgot to mention Cemetery Views. Now, that's another channel we watch, and if you're not subscribed to them, please go over and subscribe. All the cemetery channels are unique, and they're all doing what we want to do, show everyone our love for cemeteries and show other people cemeteries around the world and stories about people that are buried there. So give them all a watch, and thank you to everyone else that subscribes to us as well. Anyone that's watching and would like to subscribe, just remember, please watch at least 5 minutes of the video and leave a comment, or YouTube will take it away. But thank you for everyone for your support, and we'll catch you next time.
Talk soon, guys.